Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Welcome to my Batman Hush review, a movie I was really looking forward to. But I'm always looking forward to these DC animated movies, and I always feel a little bit let down. Now, I don't know much about the Batman Hush graphic novel, but everyone I talk about says that Hush is the most lethal, dangerous, scary villain Batman has ever faced in the graphic novels. He's a very interesting, mysterious character. I kind of felt this at the beginning of this film, but as we go along, the big problem with this kind of animated version to the graphic novel is that the person who wrote this film is more focused on the relationship between Batman, Bruce Wayne, Catwoman, and Selina. And I find that really distracting. It took me out of the story, and I really was more interested than about Hush and what he was doing. I like the way they find a way to bring Superman and Poison Ivy and the Joker and all the characters from a lot of the other DC comics and DC heroes and all that, and criminals. But I think that Catwoman is the major problem to this film. I really do, because I don't believe that this version of Catwoman was ever a criminal. I hear her talk, she's too tame. I just don't believe. Now, I don't know if it's the performance or the writing. I think it's a little bit of both. I think the director kind of went for her to be a little... she's too watered down. I think that's what I'm trying to say. She's far too watered down. I never believe she's a criminal. I like the element of her killing the Riddler in the end. Sorry for spoilers, of course. But at the end of the day, right, I just feel that actually I don't know what happens in the graphic novel. I always thought in a graphic novel, Catwoman dies. Now, someone in the comments down below can clarify that or tell me I'm talking nonsense. But I think the way this film was set up, it would have been perfect for Catwoman to die. Personally, I like the criminal Catwoman. I don't like Catwoman who's Bruce's lover. I find that very boring. And I found her very boring in this film. I just found her uninteresting. As I said, I found her watered down, and she was a major problem. I like Nightwing in this. He was kind of interesting. Alfred was Alfred. But at the end of the day, the animation was great. The music was great. Batman was great in this film. I just felt a bit robbed, if you like. I just felt that this film, because of what I heard about the graphic novel, and I've just tried to read it a little bit on the internet, and it seems a lot more interesting in graphic novel form than this film does. This film takes away all the interesting elements, like Ra's al Ghul, and lots of other interesting elements. And I just feel that this film could have used a lot more of the graphic novel. It cut too much out, as far as I'm concerned, and that's problematic. I'm going to give this film 6 out of 10. It's not what I expected, somewhat disappointing, and I think, as I say, it could have been a lot more than it actually was. But the major problem is, it is Catwoman, is the romance, because I'm not feeling it. I just don't feel like Catwoman and Batman belong together. I don't like this version of Catwoman, and I just think it gets in the way. And I think from the moment you realise that Hush is Riddler. Now, again, I don't know if that's the same as the graphic novel, but Hush being Riddler's crap. I really do, because even Batman says it in this film. You're a grade 3 villain. And just to find out that this scary, kind of mysterious character is actually the Riddler is kind of disappointing. In fact, the doctor friend that gets murdered would have been a better reveal that he's actually Hush. They could have said that he faked the death or whatever, and he was Hush after all. I like that idea, and I thought that's what they were going to do. But ultimately, it being the Riddler is really, really disappointing. And once you find that out, and in the end battle, it's all Batman has pretty much the advantage through it, and then Catwoman helps him. And I don't want to see Catwoman and Batman fighting. I want Batman having a one-on-one with the villain. So for me, Catwoman just gets in the way in this entire film. Of course, absolutely. These animated movies, the animation, the music, the directing is really good. But in terms of it being epic enough and compelling enough, especially an adaptation from a really dark graphic novel, I find it very somewhat disappointing. So for me, this film is disappointing. It could have been a lot better, a lot more effective, and a lot more dramatic and compelling. But as I said, let me know down in the comments down below what you thought of Batman Hush, and I'll be back in the next video.